bringer of the dawn, herald of the morn, bridger of the dusk, herald of the night, father of goat, hoofed lust, light one of light. Herm, 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 herm. Yo Hermes, yo Hermes, yo Hermes. Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes Trismegistus. Androgynous, erogenous one. Ambiguous two, androgynous two, ambiguous three. Androgynous, erogenous one. Ambiguous two. Ambitious, ambitious, ambiguous. Three. Herm, 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 herm. Thrice greatest Hermes, thrice greatest Hermes, thrice greatest Hermes. Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes Trismegistus. Ah, two-faced one, one-faced two. Thrice greatest three, thrice greatest three, thrice greatest three. Fleet-footed one. Fleet. Silver-tongued one, eloquent one, eloquently elegant one, elegantly eloquent one. Ah, one face, two. Thrice greatest three, thrice greatest three. Oh, multifaceted, multifarious, magnificent, infinite thee. Infinite us, infinite us. Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes Trismegistus. Thrice greatest Hermes, thrice greatest Hermes, thrice greatest.
Well, we're leaving. Pause.
Physical organ with which we speak is languages. For the tongue, the actual organ, is of importance here. Not just the words that we make with us, with our tongues, but speaking in tongues, speaking with tongues, embodied speech, embodied language. This book is about the vibrational aspects of language. Languages such as English have become very diluted because the old languages were more purely vibrational. It was coming from people saying, what is this? What should we call it? What does it feel like? It's a and finding the sound, finding the shape, the vibrational shape in sound of the thing. And the very old languages like Sanskrit, like Hebrew, still have this vibrational direct potency of the meaning of the thing, of the essence and the vibration of the thing. Whereas languages now have been diluted through many lenses of this language blending with that language, being diluted and changed and transformed and translated over time through different lenses and cultures and geographic locations to become something a lot more abstract, a lot more heady, sometimes losing this direct vibrational potency. And yet there's also another kind of magic in the fact that modern languages have this strange mishmash of different roots from different places. And so they have these different vibrational essences colliding and converging with the more abstract ideas, and there's something new in that. But yet to go back to that vibrational potency of language, I think the most powerful way to use language, these diluted languages that we use today, is through poetry, because poetry, it removes the abstraction of the head, of the idea of this means that, and this is that, and that, and this, into something that's in a way more abstract, and yet it has an ambiguity about it that allows it to be interpreted by the listener and takes it back to a more vibrational aspect. And so I think poetry is a more pure kind of language, and song is the most pure, most sound-based, most vibrational aspect of language of all. It's kind of ironic that I wrote a book about it, because I wrote a lot about how language is more powerful spoken or sung. There is an album with it as well. But I'm just going to read a little bit from the text itself, because after setting up this exhibition from 11 o'clock last night until now, I'm kind of smashed. And so,
Bacchus!
the vibrational aspect of language is of primary concern here, as much, if not more, than the more abstracted meanings of words and phrases. Poetry partakes of both, and magical verse even more so, for it is deeply embodied speech, and song which calls forth the gods and spirits, as well as the wonders of wit and wordsmithing. The sound of the voice is intrinsically connected with and activated by, from the breath. That very life source of the physical vessel assays us by definition is the word made flesh in a literal as much as literary sense and senses. This is not just an expression of the artist sorcerer's ability to manifest in matter from thought via incantation, but also an expression of the tactility of words themselves when charged with passion, impelled by breath, sparks of intent fanned to flames by the bellows of the lungs to the rhythmic beating of the heart, or even essentially and intentionally written richly upon sacred parchment with the gentle twisting of the wrist, or typed in a flurry of fingers. No mere mental game, the embodied word is the word heard, the word uttered, cried, wailed or sighed, the words which punctuate the atmosphere with the speaker's will, words sung, incanted, chanted, decanted from the alembic of the chest, words invested with meaning but also vivified by the ardent, fervent dance of the tongue in the mouth, the vibration of throat, the curling of language on the palate, the taste of vowels, the ring of nouns, and the receptive collecting curl of the listening ear, that cartilaginous